Ever wondered what a $1 billion mansion looks like? Well, we're about to show you not just one, but 15 of the most insane mega homes on the planet. These aren't your average McMansions, folks. From gold-plated toilets to underground nightclubs, these cribs are so next level it's hard to believe they're even real, but trust me, they are. And we're starting with the one in Bel Air. All right, let's dive into California's most jaw-dropping mansion, the one in Bel Air. This mega mansion is so over the top. It makes other mansions look like dollhouses. We're talking 105,000 square feet of pure luxury. That's like 50 average-sized homes stacked together. And if you think that's impressive, get this. The one has 21 bedrooms and 49 bathrooms. Yes, you read that right. 49 bathrooms. Most of us are lucky if we have 2 in our entire house, but this place has enough toilets to accommodate a small army. But wait, it gets crazier. This mansion boasts a 30-car garage. No, that's not a typo. 30 cars. Your typical home might have a 2-car garage, but the one could fit an entire car dealership. And just when you thought it couldn't get any bigger, it has a 10,000 square foot sky deck that's larger than most people's entire homes. The amenities? Insane. There's an exclusive nightclub because who needs to leave the house to party? A beauty salon so you can get your hair done without stepping foot outside. And a wellness center that comes with a gym and spa. Basically, a whole mall packed into one house. Now, here's where things get wild. The developer, Niall Niami, originally wanted to sell the one for $500 million, $500 million for a house. But even billionaires have their limits, and the mansion eventually went to a bankruptcy auction. Ouch. Still, it sold for a staggering $141 million, which is roughly the cost of 700 average American homes. While most of us will never see that kind of money in our lifetimes, for the ultra-rich, it's just another Tuesday. But here's the kicker. Even at $141 million, the Villa Leopolda, French Riviera. From Bel Air to the French Riviera, we're cranking up the luxury dial. Imagine a place so massive it requires an army of gardeners just to keep it pristine. And get this, it has a backstory that'll blow your mind. We're talking royalty, World War II, and a deal gone south that cost more than most people make in a lifetime. Welcome to Villa Leopolda. This mansion isn't just any estate. It's got some serious royal cred. Built for King Leopold II of Belgium. It spans 50 acres on the French Riviera and is valued at an astonishing $750 million. That's equivalent to about 3,750 average American homes, all rolled into one ultra-luxurious package. Now, let's talk about size. This place is huge. With 11 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms, it's already impressive. But here's the crazy part. It takes 50 gardeners just to keep everything looking immaculate. That's right. 50 people just to mow the lawn and trim the hedges. To put that in perspective, the average backyard is about 0.2 acres. Villa Leopolda, a whopping 250 times bigger. It's not just a yard, it's practically its own country. But wait, there's more. This mansion comes with its own commercial greenhouse. Why buy flowers when you can grow your own, right? And if that wasn't enough, it has a private beach. Most of us are lucky to find a spot on a crowded public beach, but the owner of Villa Leopolda has an entire stretch of coastline all to themselves. Here's where it gets wild. During World War II, this luxurious mansion wasn't just sitting around looking pretty. It was turned into a military hospital. Imagine being treated for battle wounds in a place nicer than most 5-star hotels. Now, you'd think a property this fancy would sell in a heartbeat, right? Not quite. In 2008, a Russian billionaire tried to buy Villa Leopolda for $750 million. That's $750 million. But at the last minute, he backed out of the deal. Here's the kicker. He lost his $50 million deposit. That's right, $50 million down the drain. For most of us, that's enough to buy 100 average homes or more money than we'll see in lifetime. But for these billionaires, it's just another day at the office. Villa Leopolda isn't just a house. It's a whole other world. A world where $50 million is pocket change and owning a private beach is no big deal. It's the kind of place that makes you realize just how wild the world of billion-dollar mansions really is. And believe it or not, we're just getting started. The next place on our list will make Villa Leopolda look like a starter home. Stay tuned for Villa les Cèdres on the French Riviera. You thought Villa Leopolda was crazy? Villa les Cèdres is another incredible mansion on the French Riviera, and this one has some serious royal history. It was once owned by the King of Belgium himself. We're talking real royalty here, not just some wealthy person playing king. This place is ancient, over 180 years old, built in 1830, and boasts 14 bedrooms. That's older than most countries and bigger than most apartment buildings. But the bedrooms? Not even the most interesting part. Check this out. Villa les Cèdres has a library with 3,000 books. But here's the twist. Every single one is about plants. Yep, you heard right. 3,000 books dedicated to plants. While your average home might have a bookshelf or two, this place is practically its own botanical library. Think of it like a Barnes & Noble, but just for gardening enthusiasts. Speaking of plants, the grounds of this place are insane. It sits on a 35-acre botanical garden with 15,000 rare tropical plants. Most people struggle to keep a houseplant alive, but these folks have their own personal jungle. It's like they took a slice of the Amazon and dropped it in France. And don't even get me started on the swimming pool. This isn't your average backyard pool, it's an Olympic-sized pool carved right into the coastal rocks. While most of us are happy with an above-ground pool from Walmart, these folks literally reshaped the coastline for their daily swim. Now, you'd think a place this extravagant would cost a fortune. And you'd be right. In 2019, Villa les Cèdres sold for $200 million. That's like 200 average homes all rolled into one. But here's the crazy part. It was originally listed for $410 million. That's right. It sold for less than half the asking price. Imagine walking into a store, seeing something priced at $410 million, and the cashier says, "You know what? I'll give it to you for $200 million. That's basically what happened here, just with a few more zeros. But don't feel too bad for the sellers. The previous owner was a beverage company that essentially got the place for free. They acquired it as part of a business deal and decided to flip it for a couple $100 million. Pretty good profit margin, right? So, there you have it, Villa les Cèdres. Where the swimming pool is part of the ocean, the backyard is a tropical jungle, and $200 million is considered a bargain. Just when you think these billion-dollar mansions can't get any crazier, they always manage to surprise you. But trust me, we're just getting started. The next mansion on our list will make your head spin. Villa Astor, Amalfi Coast, Italy. Imagine waking up to a view so breathtaking that the Mediterranean feels like your personal swimming pool. At Villa Astor, that's just a typical Tuesday. This place isn't just a house. It's a time machine with a $400 million price tag. Villa Astor is a 19th century mansion located on Italy's Amalfi Coast. But it's not just sitting on any land. No, this villa is built directly on top of ancient Roman ruins. Talk about a solid foundation. While most of us are happy if our house doesn't have cracks in the walls, these lucky few are living in a piece of history. The villa boasts 6 suites, but forget your average hotel room. Each suite comes with its own private terrace, offering stunning views of the sea. Your typical vacation might offer a view of the parking lot, but here, you're getting the entire Mediterranean Sea as your personal backdrop. But the real showstopper? The gardens. Villa Astor is home to over 1,000 species of plants, more variety than most botanical gardens, and scattered throughout are ancient Roman artifacts. It's as if they took a museum, said, "Let's make this our backyard," and did just that. You'd think such a lavish estate would have been spared during World War II, right? Wrong. Villa Astor was hit hard during the war. But don't worry, they rebuilt it to perfection. While most of us stress about fixing a leaky faucet, these folks rebuilt an entire historic mansion. Here's the kicker. You don't have to be a billionaire to experience it. Villa Astor is now available as a luxury rental for just $150,000 a week. For the price of a small house, you can pretend to own this incredible estate for 7 days. But $150,000 a week is pocket change compared to the next house on our list. Stick around because what's coming next will make Villa Astor look like a budget motel. We're talking about a mansion so extravagant, it'll make your head spin and your wallet cry. Get ready for the next level of luxury. Nile Nami House in Los Angeles, California. Forget millions. This one will blow your mind. We're about to step into a world where a $500 million house is considered reasonable. But here's the kicker. This place is so outrageous it couldn't even sell. Want to know why? Let's take a tour of the most over-the-top mansion in LA. Welcome to the Nile Niami House, a mega mansion in Bel Air so massive it makes other billionaire homes look like tiny apartments. We're talking 100,000 square feet of pure luxury. That's like 40 regular houses all smooshed together. This place is packed with crazy features. It boasts 21 bedrooms and 42 bathrooms. Yes, you read that correctly. 42 bathrooms. Most of us are lucky to have 2 bathrooms in our entire house, but this mansion has enough toilets to handle a small army. And get this. The master suite alone is 5,500 square feet, which is twice the size of the average American home. In fact, most people's whole house could fit in this guy's bedroom. But wait, it gets even wilder. The Nile Niami house has a 50-car garage. Your average Joe is lucky to have a 2-car garage, but this place could fit an entire car dealership. If that wasn't enough, it has 4 swimming pools because, apparently, why have 1 pool when you can have 4? But here's where it gets truly crazy. This mansion has its very own candy room, a whole room dedicated to sweets. It's like something straight out of a dream. And if you ever get tired of indulging in candy, you can head over to the house's private nightclub. No need to wait in line or pay cover, the party's always at your place. But the wildest feature, a room filled with jellyfish tanks. Most people are happy with a simple fish tank, but these folks have their very own personal aquarium. Now you'd think a place this insane would sell for big bucks, right? Well, hold on to your wallets because this story takes a wild turn. Developer Nile Niami wanted to sell this mansion for $500 million. That's $500 million for a house. But guess what? Nobody bought it. The Nile Niami house ended up in foreclosure. Turns out even billionaires have their limits. This mega mansion was just too over the top for its own good. But here's the crazy part. Even this $500 million flop isn't the most expensive place on our list. Yeah, you heard that right. We're about to see $1 billion palace. From a foreclosed mega mansion to a palace literally fit for a queen. Welcome to Buckingham Palace, where luxury meets the unexpected. This isn't your average mansion. We're talking 775 rooms of pure opulence with a staggering price tag of $4.9 billion. That's more than the GDP of some entire countries. Let's break it down. Buckingham Palace boasts 78 bathrooms, more toilets than some small towns, and with 92 offices, running a country clearly requires a lot of space. But wait, there's more. 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms. This place is like a hotel inside a house. And the weird features? They don't stop there. Buckingham Palace has its very own post office. While most of us have to walk to the corner to mail a letter, the royals just head downstairs. If trouble strikes, there's no need to dial 999. The palace has its own police station. It also boasts its own cinema because who needs to go out when the movies can come to you? Maintenance? Well, it takes serious work. There are over 40,000 light bulbs in the palace, and changing them all is practically a full-time job. Plus, with 760 windows, they're cleaned every 6 weeks. Most of us can't even keep our car that clean. But here's the kicker, the royal family doesn't actually own Buckingham Palace. It belongs to the Crown Estate, which means the Queen is essentially renting. Even royalty has landlord issues. You'd think a $4.9 billion palace would be the most expensive property in the world, but hold on. We're just getting started. There are 2 more places that make Buckingham Palace look like a cozy cottage. These homes are so lavish, so pricey, they'll make the royals seem like they're living in public housing. Stay tuned because things are about to get even more insane. The palace was massive, but get ready for the Chateau de Versailles, a place so extravagant it literally sparked a revolution. This isn't just a palace, it's a whole city. We're talking 721,000 square feet of pure luxury, worth a jaw-dropping $50 billion, more than the GDP of some countries. Let's break it down. Versailles has 700 rooms. Yes, 700 rooms. While your average house might have 5 or 6, this place is so huge it could house a small town. And get this, it has 1,250 fireplaces. 1 fireplace per room. Nah, that wasn't enough. But the real flex? The staircases. Versailles has 67 of them. Most houses have 1 or 2 staircases, but this place had enough for a different one each day of the week, and still had extras left over. It's like they were allergic to elevators or something. Now, let's talk about the grounds. Versailles sits on 24 acres. That's bigger than 1,500 football fields combined. Your backyard might be big enough for a BBQ, but these folks could host the Super Bowl and still have space to spare. But the craziest part? the Hall of Mirrors. This room has 357 mirrors across 17 arches. It's like they took a funhouse and turned it into a masterpiece. Most of us are happy with a mirror in the bathroom. These guys built a whole room full of them. Versailles was so expensive to build and maintain that it actually helped bankrupt France. Yep, you heard that right. This place was so over the top that it brought down an entire country. While most people worry about their mortgage, the French kings were spending so much on one palace they nearly tanked the economy. And here's the kicker. Even with all this insane luxury, Versailles isn't the most expensive mansion on our list. Believe it or not, there's another place that's even more extravagant. A place so over the top, it makes Versailles look like a quaint little cottage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content.